appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that HomeAdvisor is completely free to use.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Yeah, buying some pretzel sticks?
Excuse me?
This is your wake-up call from TracFone Wireless.
Okay.
What if you didn't eat all those pretzel sticks by the end of the month, so this store took them back?
Good luck.
That's how some wireless companies are with your data, but TracFone Wireless gives you unlimited carryover data with active service, so you keep what you pay for. Plans start at $20 a month.
Wow, that's cool.
Sir, are you bothering the customers?
Yeah, hang on. This is your wake-up call, people. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Good morning, good morning.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? The experience of transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
Shenmue Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Shenmue. Coming to Atlanta Symphony Hall, January 5th through 14th. Tickets at shenmue.com/Atlanta or call 877-285-7469.
LaGrange tour to Sweetland on Ice, November 17th through February 11th. Adults, kids,
This
and
cannot be going on.
It's free just to hang out here in the fire pit.
Thank you, old school,
monthly
but
movies,
good
food
morning
truck
to you.
Friday nights beginning a new seasonal pass. Contact Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com. Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com.
Nick Arnold here from Cowboy the Force. Cowboy the Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowboytheforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Noonan.
You hear music. Do the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level? I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key for our show Lyrical Wisdom. Every week we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope will leave you feeling inspired and enlightened. We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
Hey sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey
sports fans. Weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando on the 40,000 Bear Radio Show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM. Don't enjoy.
You got that right, fella. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It is a MLK, Martin Luther King Day. Happy birthday to the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King from RyanORadio Penitentiary, and of course, your favorite radio show on 99.1 FM. Good morning to you. Good evening. Good afternoon. We're going to kick it all off with the very best in sports and entertainment right now. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host with the most, the one, the only, Ryan O'Neill, and of course, no doubt about it, on the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on that shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio. New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, where it is cold and snowy. We're across Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, where the temps are going to go to the 15s this week. And especially right here at the heartbeat of Atlanta, 99.1 FM, WQEE, The Key, home of Southern Sports Inspirational Talk. Come on into a lockdown with us. We got a lot in store for you on this MLK Day. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If I don't see you again, a big good night. We got a lot in store, including Dolph Ziggler. What? We'll kick it off right now. To all my haters, listen up. Damn straight, I'm the man around here. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It is a Monday edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Major News Monday. We're rechristening the one, the only Martin Luther King Day. It's MLK Day. We'll tell you some of the celebrations going on there. Also in Iowa, they're going to be having their big blizzards coming through with blackout ice and blanket of snow. And Republican members of the party are going to go through there for the carcass today. The carcass. The carcass. We'll talk about that. Also, Israel at war this morning. We'll get you updates on that. And Israel in a courtroom over this war in South Africa. We'll give you details of what's going on there. Quaker Oats is recalling some of your favorite treats because of some, it's not so good. Not so good. It could, make you sick. Good Lord. This has been happening way too lately. I guess people just don't do their jobs anymore like they used to, huh? Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that coming up next 3 periods. Plus, Nick Namath, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, made his debut at TNA's Hard to Kill this past weekend. TNA Wrestling put on a show in Las Vegas and the Sunday night did a recorded show for their Thursday night programming. And it is fantastic to see the debut of 3 big WWE superstars. Formerly Dana Brooks, formerly Top Dollar was there. and AJ Franco, and formerly Dana Brooks, who's got a new name, and Nick Namath going by his real name, the former Dolph Ziggler, making their debut at TNA Wrestling. The system come together, and we got a new TNA World Champion, new TNA Women's Divas Champion, new tag team champions. ABC kept their belts. New champions all around. TNA Knockouts Women's Tag Team Champions. New the X Division champion kept his belt as well. So Chris Sabin. But there you go. We'll talk more about all this coming up. I guess this is setting up for Nick Namath to get that title shot against the Moose. We'll talk about that. Plus a little SmackDown from you Friday night and get ready for Raw tonight. 15 minutes past the hour, ladies and germs. It is not our wrestling day. We're going to do a complete rundown of all the news stories behind the scenes coming up on Wednesday's edition. This week, we got a full show for you. 15 minutes past the hour right now. We are holding at 35 degrees, clear skies. It is cooling today, but not as cold as it's going to be tomorrow morning. Your time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. All right, coming up this week, coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk about the Cowboys' loss with our sports analyst, Richard Holdridge from the Sports Beat. Richard and I are going to talk some NFL action from over the weekend and get ready for as the wild card game's going. Today, the Steelers and the Bills, we'll talk about that game at 4:30 that had to be rescheduled, and another Monday Night Football game, and who, what, when, where, and why. That's right. We'll have that tomorrow morning in the second period of play. Third period of play, Shane B and I are going to talk movies. Top 10 movies from over the weekend, what's hot, what's not, what a long weekend it was for some. We'll see who took the top spot tomorrow, and we'll get into all of that. Coming up Wednesday, Randy Rocket Cody joins us back again from themetalden.com. He and I are going to talk about the latest Motley Crue news, what's going on in the camp of the Motley Crue, what's going on in the world of music, plus his brand new article that's coming up on randyrocketcody.com, where he's featuring the Epstein's list. I told you he had this list of people that's out now on that list. Now, of course, I got to say, no one's been accused of wrongdoing or charged of wrongdoing on those lists, but we have to put that out as a disclaimer. But we will talk about that on Wednesday morning. True Crime Thursday, we'll have a special guest here. I think we're going to have True Crime, the book of the podcast host, is going to be with us. That's right. Courtney Leesdale will join us for another unsolved homicide across the United States in small town USA. We'll get into that Thursday morning. So we got a full week for you, and you and I are going to jump right into it. Let's jump right into it. We're going to jump right into it with our morning devotion brought to you by Noonan City Church. Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue, here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. services. Outside services, ladies and gentlemen, are 9 a.m. and 10:30, if weather's permitting, but the weather is permitting. We've got heaters. We had heaters last couple of weeks. And 6:30 services in the evening for the NCCPM Hip Kids. Come on out for Noonan City Church. Pastor Cedric, Pastor Randy, Pastor Darren, and Head Pastor Jimmy Ellison invites you out to Noonan City Church. That is correct. Noonan City Church, every Sunday, transforming lives for Jesus' sake. Coming from Jesus Listen, Sarah Young's devotion book, she is bringing together these Isaiah 12:22, 2 Corinthians 10:5, Matthew 6:34, and 1 Peter 1:3-4. This is what the Lord has said. This is what she says to the Lord. Lord Jesus, you are my strength and my song. Yes, I confess that I'm feeling wobbly this morning, looking at the difficulties looming ahead and measuring them against my limited strength. But these challenges are not a task for today or even for tomorrow. I need to leave them in the future and come home to the presence where I can enjoy your presence. Since you are my strength, I can be empowered by you. Please draw my mind back to your presence at this moment. Yeah, you. But it's become a curse wherever I misuse it. If I use my mind to worry about tomorrow, we all do that. I cloak myself in dark unbelief. Instead of this sinful wallowing in worry, I would need to trust in you, Lord. That's right. I found that the light of your presence comes upon me with a peace in my heart. You are my Savior, Lord, so I have good reason to trust and not be afraid. Amen. Oh, that's the one to kick the morning off. I can't worry about tomorrow. I got to worry about today. Can't worry about the freezing cold temperatures the next couple of days. We're going to take care of that the best you can. Can't worry about a lot of things. You just have to worry about today. Give it to the Lord. Amen and amen. Hallelujah. 22 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently, 35 degrees out here in the metro Atlanta on these streets. And we're going to get into headline news for you. 4 dead across Arizona after a hot air balloon crash. Check out these news stories. These are snippets, and you can check them out on the WQEE Key page. Germany blasted for defending Israel by African nation. Iowa school principal dies following a school shooting that happened a week ago. My Pillow guy. CEO Mike Liddell claims Fox News canceled his television ads, but networks cites unpaid bills. It is Martin Luther King's birthday, and we'll tell you about some of the celebrations today in a moment. And blizzard conditions are blanketing Iowa on Friday, continuing into Saturday as the Republican Party and its presidential hopefuls make their way through their final pitches in Monday's caucus today. That is right. They will give a complete rundown of that in just a few moments. It is Monday, MLK Day, and here are some of the events going on in the Atlanta and Metro Atlanta areas. At the Atlanta Historic Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. today, Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day 2024. MLK Jr.'s Freedom Run in Atlanta, 7:30 a.m. That's beginning here in just a few moments to 11:30 a.m. It's MLK 5K Run in Atlanta. That's going on as we speak. Oh, that's going to happen on the 20th. Sorry about that. MLK Day in Atlanta's History Center. We told you 10 to 4 p.m. today. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration and day of service, 6:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Ackworth Community Center in Ackworth. MLK at Cascade Skating from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. in Atlanta. Renewing the Dream, the MLK celebration from 1 to 4 p.m. today at the Truth Midtown Restaurant in Atlanta. MLK Day 5K Drum Run and Doryville, 6,000 block and New Peachtree Road in Doryville. That's going on today. City of Stone Mountains MLK Peace March and Celebration at 1 p.m. today. Just want to get as much of this out there for you. Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, 8:30 a.m. to 11 in Robert School Community in Ackworth. Miller's Youth Sports MLK Day, 12:30 to 11 p.m. tonight, 4390 Pleasant Hill Road in Duluth. MLK Day of Service, 1 to 3 p.m. This is going to be at Huntley Hills Swim and Tennis in Atlanta. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is MLK 2024 Community Cleanup and Barbecue Fundraiser, ladies and gentlemen. That is going on the Smith Family Ranch in Stockbridge. And then a whole list is on our WQEE page of events going on for Martin Luther King Day and celebrating the life and celebrating the legacy of one great doctor, Martin Luther King. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into some stuff that's going on in the headline news. I want to get into the My Pillow thing in just a few moments because I think it's going to be a good one. We'll talk about that. But like I said, Iowa's First in the Nation's caucus begins at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. That's 8 p.m. our time. Eastern Standard Time, more than 16,000 locations across the Hawkeye State. It gives Iowa the opportunity to be the first state to choose a Republican nominee. And both Republican nominees, Nikki Haley and Republican Florida State Governor Ron DeSantis, are making their way across the state in the snowy conditions. The results of the Iowa caucus does not always signal who will win the nominee. Senator Ted Cruz won it in 2016, but it could be an opportunity for candidates to be pick up a little momentum heading the next couple of months of campaigning. It's going to be a freeze warning out there, snow everywhere, and a lot of people are going to be a part of it. And of course, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has also impressed many of those in Iowa with a full Grassley 99 county tour, military background, and policies as a governor. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley's foreign policy experience as a governor has also gathered her a lot of support in the state of Iowa. Okay, that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep you abreast of anything else. We'll keep you abreast of anything else that's going on. Let's take a look at your traffic. Traffic this morning being sponsored by Killingsworth Realty.
Market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs.
You definitely don't have to do it alone, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump right into it. Traffic is kind of limited this morning because it is MLK Day. A lot of people will be off and heading out to events. Be careful out there. Travel advisory at I-285, Highway 79. This is in Atlanta, DeKalb County, I should say. A big rig fire there as well. Near the inner loop, that's get up till 8 a.m. Construction going on in Cobb County. Emergency water main work breakage. Shut down on Barrett and Hopkins until Tuesday. Take Powered Springs Road. So there you go. No issues on Popular Road or Lower Fayetteville Road today, or even right there, ladies and gentlemen, across on Bullsboro. It's looking good in front of the radio station. No traffic this morning as everybody is out and about heading home or heading out to whatever events they got to go to. No school today for the kids. Heading on down the Interstate 85 southbound, nothing in Hogansville or Granville. LaGrange's looking good as well as East Alabama and West Georgia down there in West Point and Lynetton Valley. You see something I don't see? Shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. Put WQEE Newshound. Become part of the Newshound team here and get us to help us out with some of the top news stories, traffic, news, weather, traffic, events going on, community events, church events, and more. We'd love to know about it. Shoot us an email, 99classicrock@gmail.com. Back in a moment, ladies and germs. Woo-hoo. We're going to go into Israel at war. Also still to come, MyPillow CEO Mike Liddell claiming Fox News canceled his ads, but the network says he's not paid his bill. You can't keep getting free ads. There's people out there thinking, I can just do whatever I want. No, you can't. You got to pay your bills, guys. Pay your bills. We'll talk about that. Plus, Nick Namath made his debut at TNA's Hard to Kill. And their Snake Eyes event was the next night, and he wrestled. We'll talk more about that as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on this morning. We got some sports for you, and the Steelers and the Bills had to reschedule today because of all the snow in that area. Always seems like the Bills get snowed out. Why do they always schedule? I go, oh, yeah, the Bills are always doing good. They maybe need to do an alternate location for them. Back in a moment.
Time for your active weather forecast for this Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Newnan. Partly cloudy skies today, high near 58, winds light and variable. Considerable cloudiness, occasional rain showers overnight, low near 28, 50% chance of showers, north-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Going into your Tuesday, areas of freezing rain possibly early, cloudy skies becoming partly cloudy later in the day, high near 34, winds 10 to 20 miles per hour from the north-northwest. Clear skies for you Tuesday night, very cold, low around near 15, winds northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, high near 40, with mainly sunny skies, cold. Few clouds from time to time on Wednesday night, and cold again with 19 degrees, light and variable winds. That's your active weather forecast right here on Martin Luther King Day. Brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home. Offer offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bedbug, vermin roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Noonan, 770-954-9941.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sale agent.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense
You guys ready? It's Monday. Come on.
specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively. With technical drills to build their survival skills, you can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
Shenyun Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Shenyun. Coming to River Center for the Performing Arts, January 23rd only. Tickets at shenyun.com/Columbus-GA. That's SHENYUN.com/Columbus-GA.
That's right, that's right, that's right. Are you saved by the bell? So am I. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary, the host of the most, the one, the only. Welcome you back in. Come on out of the penalty box. It is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Happy birthday to the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King. We're celebrating him today on the show. We're going to be playing some of his best inserts, and his I Have a Dream is going to be at the end of each hour. So we're going to be doing that for you right here on the network. All right, let's jump right into it. You're tuned at the RyanORadio Penitentiary. 35 minutes past the hour, 33 degrees, clear skies. Going to be down near 15 tomorrow night. Going to be 26 tonight. It's going to be a temperature going to drop lower on Tuesday and Wednesday this week. You heard that in the forecast. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on throughout your temperatures. Let's jump into some headline news this morning. Israel at war. Citizens living in Gaza must be allowed to return to their homes in the Palestinian areas. This is coming from top officials in the UN. They said this on Friday during a meeting with the UN security commanders. The only UN chief Martin Griffin. Wow. He said this had to happen where people can get themselves in. Martin Griffin's is a part of that. He said the situation in Gaza where they're displacing citizens right now, where they're unable to get back to their homes. And Israel right now is saying that they are going out after and finishing off Hamas, the terrorist, which I think that most of us are behind them taking out the terrorist. I think so. And we do know this is a source that you don't really get through the mainstream media, because they just go, this is what's going on, and this is what's going on, boom, 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 boom. And then they have two people fight over something. These poor people. Well, Israel's been asking these people to get out. Now, of course, UN is saying that, hey, you can't really ask these people to move out of their homes. It's kind of displacing them. They really want to go back to their homes. It's understandable. Want to kind of get this taken care of and do some kind of ceasefire peace treaty. And Israel is like, hey, look, we want to finish this off because we want to make sure Hamas never does this again. And that's basically what's going on. And that's what they basically said during their lawyers for Israel on Friday. Presented a rebuttal to the South Africans' claims of the guilt of being guilty of genocide in Gaza. The ICJ on Friday said that the case that they're hearing argued the case of a grossly disordered story that is distorted and destructive. Say that 5 times fast. Israel said this is something that they're not doing. They're not radically going after people, that they just want to go ahead and finish off Hamas, who started this on October 7th, attacking innocent people at a festival, and kidnapping these people and holding these people for hostage. And Israel supporters were standing outside. Of course, you had supporters on both sides standing outside. Israel supporters were standing outside with empty chairs saying 130 Israel hostages are being held by Hamas, while on the other side, supporters in South Africa were flying the flags of the Palestinian people. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with this as it moves forward. A African nation blasted Germany on Saturday for defending Israel in the International Court of Justice in The Hague, pointing to the genocide of Germany itself on their people in the early 1900s. Comments just come a couple of days after King Abdullah of Jordan commented about alleged genocide in Palestine while speaking at a memorial park there, a memorial that was for 250,000 of the people who were killed in the 1994 genocide that happened in this particular area and park. Israel has been accused of genocide by South Africa for the massive killing of Palestinians in Gaza, ladies and gentlemen, in the West Bank, forcing displacement of the Palestinian people from Gaza, food bank blockages, infliction of bodily and mental harm on citizens. In Gaza alone, Israel forces have killed more than 23,000 people, displaced 85% of the population, and escalated in decades-long conflict between them and Palestinian people in the United Nations, which observed the status of the United Nations and it recognized as a nation by 139 of 193 members of the states in the United Nations. Israel recognized by 163 for comparison. So German soldiers, according to this African nation, they said German soldiers. Say that 5 times fast, Ryan. Get a little tongue-tied on this Monday morning. Get a little tongue-tied. That's right. I'm going to sound like I belong on Alex Jones' show. Dude's going to have a heart attack. He eats too much burgers. He end up having a heart attack, screaming and hollering. No. I'm going to take up for people on the Epstein's list. Come on now. German soldiers, they said, raped thousands of women, and Eugene Fischer, a doctor, conducted medical experiments on the children born from those rapes. Later inspired Nazi doctors during Germany's genocide of the Jews to do the same there. So the African nation saying the same thing. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on. It's kind of just, this is getting more and more. Of course, us in the United States, we don't know all about this. We got a great country. All we're doing is fighting over who the heck is we like in the politics, and then we're going to kick our family members out on the streets. Now, I'm not saying me, but I've seen people kick family members out on the street because they disagree politically. Don't want to have dinner with them. Don't want to have anything with them. Want to say, now what I'm saying is right. And we're going to sit around as this terrible stuff is going on, and we don't know what's going on. Israel and Hamas, this has always been going on. Israel-Palestinian war, this is in the Bible. It's been going on for years. We, as the United States of America, we're going to stand behind Israel, but everybody's standing behind a peaceful transition coming soon. This war has been going on since October 7th, and looks like no end in sight right now. courts trying to sue because they have difference of beliefs. I mean, I understand people have difference of beliefs, and I want people out there not to in America act stupid over this, fight over this, go out here and try to call it protesting. Protesting is holding up signs, not fighting. Protesting is not burning down cities. Protesting is not invading capitals and beating people up. And people go, well, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. Especially on a day like this, celebrating the life and celebration and the honors of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who brought peace to America in the 1960s, America, where he was bringing two communities together. And those people continue to have their, oh, I don't want to let their two communities come together, boy. I don't like that. They do in Georgia. See, we're celebrating it all in the state of Georgia. You don't see it being pushed out of here, do you? Maybe elsewhere, but not here. Georgia's diverse. What about the rest of you? What about the rest of you? Oh, well. That's why Georgia keeps getting people to move here, because it's so open-minded. All right, let's move on from this news story. We got about, we're about almost 17 minutes away from the top of the hour, holding at 34 degrees here on the clear skies in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, the MyPillow guy, Mike Liddell, claims Fox News has canceled his ads, but they said he didn't pay his bills. Advertisers, when you advertise with somebody, don't get so far behind and don't pay your bills. Come on. And then go, well, I just can't pay my bills. Well, why? You made the deal. Don't expect somebody to run stuff for you for free. Because Fox News, like them or not, I'm going to tell you, like them or not, they're in the business of making money. Okay? Whether you agree or disagree with what they say, you're in the business of making money. You can't just run stuff for free because, well, I like old Mike, he's my good buddy, so I'm just going to run stuff for free. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Back in a moment, we'll talk about that. Plus, the former Dolph Ziggler, Nick Namath, made his debut in TNA Wrestling. I knew this was coming. Better fit for Nick? Yes, it is. Back in a moment. Plus, the Steelers and the Bills kick off at 4:30 p.m. today. Will the snow subside? Well, what is it going to look like? Well, we know it was heavy snows over the weekend, and they were unable to get the game there between the Steelers and the Bills kicked off. That's going to be today. Back in a moment. Plus, inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis still to come. Wow. I can't even hear it now.
Wildcard weekend has been filled with blowouts starting on Saturday when the Texans rattled the Browns 45-40.
Wow, I can't even hear now.
While the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs thumped the Miami Dolphins 26-7 at Arrowhead Stadium. The biggest surprise came on Sunday when the Packers embarrassed the Dallas Cowboys 48-32.
48-32.
Featured a more competitive game where the Lions edged the Rams 24-23 at Ford Field. A pair of Monday games will put a bow on the wild card round. The Steelers battle the Bills in Orchard Park in a game that was postponed over the weekend due to snow. Monday Night Football featured a showdown between the Eagles and Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium. And the first Grand Slam of the year is getting underway in Melbourne. Novak Djokovic and Arina Sabalenka will look to defend their titles at the 2024 Australian Open. That's sports. Colin McIntyre, NBC News Radio.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Noonan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple
What's up?
home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance.
What's up?
www.insurewithellsworth.com 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
This is Margie from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
Hey there, folks. 55931. Speak to
Hey, beautiful.
CP Financial.
Andrew
Your
Pilar.
top local sale agent. I am Apostle Deborah Harris, pastor apostle of Kingdom Connected Ministries.
Oh, somebody was on, somebody's off now.
Hillwood Circle, Newnan, Georgia. Presenting Connecting the Kingdom. Connecting kingdom citizens, kingdom businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
What is good? 99.1 WQEE The Key. We got the hottest new show coming to you live. The Jet Stream.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. What's up, sports nuts, inmates, and more? Angela Pilatus is with us. What's up? She says, hey, cutie. Hey, beautiful. All right, still to come, we're going to talk about Mike Lindell not paying his bills at Fox News. Also, 4 killed in an aerial crash that in a hot air balloon. We'll also get into Kansas City po' boy being sentenced to 55 months in jail. First part on the January 6th. And the Quaker Oats Company, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are going to have to rethrow some of that stuff away. You thought it was good for you. That's right. Always pick up Hershey bars. They're better for you than some Quaker Oats stuff. Yeah, there's some kind of chemical, always having some kind of problem. Yeah, that's right. Man, when they going to start getting these people right? I thought these people made these, oh, wait a minute, they told they make $30 an hour and then they make $10 an hour after everything's taken out. Oh, yeah. So of course they don't care about whether your Quaker Oats is good. Oh, we'll tell you all the different granola bars and the cereals that you need to throw away. That's right, and a little old coffee. Let's jump into it. Let's see, we got that to come up. And Nick Namath made his debut at TNA Wrestling Hard to Kill this past weekend, along with the former Dana Brooke. Made her debut. Just walk out to the ring. And AJ Franco, formerly known as Top Dollar in WWE, made his debut. We'll talk about these stories coming up and more on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Let's jump into it right quick. 4 people were killed and another in critical condition after a hot air balloon crashed in Arizona's desert on Saturday morning. There were 13 passengers aboard the balloon, 8 of whom were skydivers, according to a statement by the local mayor there, Mitchell Powell. Powell said that he was told by onlookers that after the skydivers jumped, something went wrong with the balloon. The fabric, which was straight up and down, the impact came at a very large crash. Powell said 3 of the victims were transported to the local hospital where they died. The 4th is in fatal condition right now. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with that. Sad situations, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Quaker Oats, to let you know, Quaker Oats, to let you guys know, company is letting you know that their granola products are being recalled from December of last month. And some of you probably ate them already up, but because of some of their top cereals and snacks, it's contaminated. Contaminated! Salmonella. Contaminated. Let me tell you what. This is why I don't eat anything healthy, guys. I'm just kidding. I do eat healthy. This is why I refuse to eat anything healthy, because I'll tell you what, man, if you eat something healthy, it's going to kill you. Let me tell you, Quaker Oats granola bars, Quaker cereal, is Captain Crunch treat bars in their cereal, instant oatmeal, Gatorade bars, which is peanut butter and chocolate bars as well, and snacks and boxes. So if you got any of this, throw it out. It's contaminated. It's no good for you. I don't know how this stuff gets contaminated because I never worked in a place like that. But I don't know how it gets contaminated when you look at all these people working these places. They look like they're all dressed up to go into a nuclear power plant where, you can't see their faces or anything. So I don't know how that happened. So get rid of them. Throw them out. Instant oatmeal. Can't have it. Told you. I never liked oatmeal. It's a good deal. I don't have to worry about it. I don't know. I've been telling you guys all this stuff's been going on with your applesauce, your cinnamon applesauce contaminated. Now this. All the stuff is good for you. Sorry about that, guys. Just pick up some Hershey bars. You'll be fine. They're not contaminated yet. Hopefully, never. Got a lot in store for you coming up after the top of the hour break, ladies and gentlemen. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we're celebrating the life and celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King. Happy birthday to him. We're going to go to the top of the hour with his full I Have a Dream speech here in just a few moments. We're going to do it at the end of each hour on the network. Let's take a look at a couple other headline news, ladies and gentlemen. U.S. health officials asked the DEA to reclassify your marijuana. Now they're going to tell you can have some Mary Jane, boy. I tell you what, boy. I told you it wasn't so bad. Well, people getting sick from it. People getting sick from smoking it. Sweet Leaf off the Navajo Nation says none of us folks need to be smoking it, especially if we think we see lizard people in the corner. Okay, hold on a minute, folks. In the corner, there's a broom. Let me see if it turns to a lizard person. Dadgummit, my Roddy Piper glasses didn't work. It's still a broom. I've seen people put up those, how you say it, memes of, now you say everything, I can see the world for what it is, girl. I know you can. You sit in your mom's basement or your basement, worrying about the rest of the world, going, there's a war coming. We're going to be the Red Dawn people. They're all lizard people out there. If you can't see what's going on, then you're a genius. And I'm the one that's uneducated, but I tell everybody I'm a genius. Then I'm going to pull the Bible out and con a bunch of people that are less educated than me into believing that I'm using the Bible for my conspiracy theory fringe and stuff. And I really don't believe in God because I'm really evil. It's the same way as U.S. health officials now saying that they're thinking about letting marijuana be kind of legal. But I mean, what is it going to be, the natural stuff? Come on, guys, because right now everything you guys are smoking, you're starting to see things because they're not seeing things on the Navajo Nation like that, and they're smoking it. Oh man, they said it's less harmful and less abusive than first thought. Yeah, right. I don't believe that. Ask anybody that's going through recovery. They'll tell you, oh, all of it's abusive, buddy. No, man. I can handle smoking a little pot on the weekends or every night. It don't matter. Sure you can. Sure you can. Sure you can. And everybody on the list, on the Epstein's list, is innocent. Sure you can. Now, there's been no wrongdoings proven on that list. I have to put that out there. Uh-oh. People coming off. I don't want to listen to Ryan tell me the truth. I don't like him telling me the truth. You just can't handle the truth. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Yeah, they're going to start making it illegal so you can get it. Sweet Leaf said, on with us this morning. He says, please don't make it legal in your government. He said, Navajo Nation, we know how to grow it right. You guys are adding something to it. I don't know what they're adding to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. Coming up at the top of the hour, headline news. We're getting to period number 2. Mike Lindell suing Fox News for his unpaid bills. And we'll talk more about a Proud Boy being sentenced for the 55 months in federal prison. We'll get into these stories and more coming up in period number 3.
I am happy to join with you today greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious races, with its exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all the flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the thing that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that in the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom reign. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom reign from the hiking Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom reign from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom reign from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom reign from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom reign from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom reign from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside.
That was bad back then.
When we let it rain from every village and every hamlet, So free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty.
WQEE
Excellent.
1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
With SRN News, I'm Ron DeRockstra. It's shaping up to be a cold caucus day in Iowa.
As Iowa kicks off the presidential nominating season, caucus goers better bundle up.
We have a high temperature of 1 degree on Monday.
Chad Hahn is with the National Weather Service.
So with fresh snowpack, we're expecting those actually may be on the high side, so we may not warm above 0 degrees.
But Iowa Republican Party Chairman Jeff Hoffman isn't worried. He says Iowa is the heartland and he's still expecting strong voter turnout.
Although it may be a little uncomfortable, it will not be a return to attendance.
Greg Clarkston, Washington.
Meanwhile, at a campaign rally in Iowa yesterday, former President Trump urged supporters to attend the caucuses tonight, despite the frigid weather.
Just get out and vote. You gotta bring your friend. We say plus 10, so plus 10 or plus 2 or plus 20, but bring them all out because we have to set the stage for November. We have the most corrupt, most incompetent president in the history of our country. He's destroying our country.
Also at SRNnews.com, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the chair of the Democratic Governors Association, was asked about Democrat pundit David Axelrod's concerns about President Biden's chances of winning in November. Says the Biden team's responding.
They're continuing to put out incredible policies. For example, the school nutrition program that'll extend into the summer is incredible. We see 15 governors, including this state, turn that down. We've got hungry children. The Biden-Harris administration's still working those policies. So no, I hear David's concerns on this. Nobody thinks this is going to be easy. Nobody thinks this is going to be anything but close. But we're focusing on the things as we move towards November. It's still pretty early.
Walz appeared on NBC's Meet the Press yesterday. United Nations appealing for $4.2 billion to help people in Ukraine and those displaced outside the country this year. This is SRN News. I'm Ron DeRockstra.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Shenmue Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Shenmue. Coming to Atlanta Symphony Hall, January 5th through 14th. Tickets at shenmue.com/Atlanta or call 877-285-7469.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
LaGrange, Georgia, Sweetland on Ice, November 17th through February 11th. Adults, kids, and group rates available. It's free just to hang out near the fire pit. Drinks, monthly movies, food truck Friday nights beginning in December. Weather updates and hour changes on the Facebook at Sweetland on Ice or Instagram at Sweetland on Ice Official. To book a party or learn more about a seasonal pass, contact Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com. Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
Hank Arnold here from Cowie LaForce. Cowie LaForce is Newland's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowiedaforce.org or Follow us on Facebook.
Hey, sports fans, it's Ron Peterson here, host of The Ron Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Ron Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45's Affair radio show where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
You got that right, fella. It is period number 2 on a Major News Monday. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, his birthday. Happy birthday to him. We got a lot in store for you. We'll take a look at what's going on in the headline news. Get you a little bit of sports and wrestling wrap up. It's all coming up because you're in lockdown with us on this Major News Monday. Stay with us as we kick off period number 2. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and of course, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page on Spreaker, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nation, the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, across the Jordan Communication to Family Radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, home of Southern sports and inspirational talk. We're the heartbeat of Atlanta. We're live all day. Give you the news, weather, traffic, sports, and everything. We got it going on for you. We welcome you into period number 2. Nick Namath is in the news. You might not know him as that name, but as Dolph Ziggler. Where is he back? We'll tell you. Plus, Mike Liddell claims Fox News canceled his ads. But first, to my haters, I am the man around here. 11 minutes past the hour. It's 35 degrees. Beautiful sunny skies. Going to hit down in the teens on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. We'll have your schedule or your weather forecast coming up for you in just a few. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Namath is back in the ring, this time in TNA. We'll tell you how the changes came to TNA Wrestling as they're back to their old name. Wow. TNA Wrestling, who's there, what, when, and why. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Liddell claims Fox canceled his TV ads, but network cites unpaid bills. You got to pay your bills. We'll talk about that, and a severe winter storm continues to come through the Midwest, and blizzard events, canceling football games, political events, and even more. The storms could continue all the way through next week. We'll talk more about it. One of the worst storms in history. Winter gets bad, but not as bad as it's been in the last couple of months. I think somebody up there is trying to tell you something. I'm tired of all this stuff. Kansas City, Proud Boy, I'm sorry. He's going to jail for federal jail for 55 months. And the Quaker Oats Company, we'll talk about it again. What you got? They got contaminated. We'll tell you about the bitter chills and winter weather that canceled the Bills and the Steelers, who are going to be in action at 4:30 today. Doubleheader today, 2 games likely. We'll tell you how the River Dragons did over the weekend and get you ready for a River Dragons Wednesday night game of this week. They got a Wednesday night game this week as the second half of the season comes on. Tom Callahan was with us just last week talking about that. We'll go inside the coach's corner, I believe, this morning with Coach Tommy Lewis. But with that being said and done, let's go ahead and get this hour kicked off with some news. What's going on in your headline news? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's some news snippets for you to check out and read yourself. 4 dead in Arizona hot air balloon crash. Second violent volcano eruption in Iceland in months, forcing evacuation in a small fishing town. Germany, who committed a genocide in an African nation, is blasted by that same African nation for defending Israel. Iowa school principal dies following a school shooting last week. And coming up, MyPillow CEO Mike Liddell claims Fox News canceled his ads, but the network cites his unpaid bills. These stories and more coming up for you this morning. On this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. All right, let's go ahead and kick this one off with some wow news this cold. It's cool on the outside. A severe winter storm continues to batter most of the country Sunday with dangerous cold temperatures, high winds, blizzard conditions, wreaking havoc on flights, political events, and even football games. The storm is predicted to continue into next week. Iowa, you got a lot of snow. Another relentless blast of Arctic air is expected to go across the Midwest and northern Great Plains states, bringing hazardous conditions by the midweek. The National Football League rescheduled this wild card playoff game between the Bills and the Steelers for today. We'll talk about that in just a few, which was scheduled yesterday. It was scratched after a complete travel ban by the New York governor due to potential life-threatening blizzard-like conditions in the area. It could move again depending on what happens today with the weather. We could see. According to the governor of New York, my top priority is to keep New Yorkers safe, and this winter storm continues to pose life and safety risk. While there are some areas that are no longer experiencing whiteout conditions, much of Erie County remains unsafe for motorists. In Michigan, more than 140,000 customers are without power. As of Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, even more than 12,000 flights across the country were canceled, 47,000 flights delayed, according to data from the track site FlightAware. Though the 23,000 cancellations and 9,000 delays on Friday, airports across Midwest and Northeast continue to move on. Chicago, Denver, and Boston airports are experiencing flight holdups. Nearly 550 flights going in and out of Chicago's O'Hare International Airport has been postponed. Denver International Airport, where temperatures Saturday dropped to the zeros, had its second largest number of cancellations. Iowa's first in the nation Republican presidential caucuses today, in which people gather in church basements, fire stations, and other public locations to show their presidential preference, is still going on. But a host of candidates' campaigning events led up to Monday's caucus have been canceled after receiving up to a foot of snow. Des Moines, Iowa, is forecasted to have wind chills between the minus 20s and the minus 30s. It's expected to be the coldest on record. That's what's going on there. And we're expecting in the South here to have below the teens for Tuesday and Wednesday night coming up this week. Newton City Church here in the Metro Atlanta area will be opening up starting at 5 p.m. today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, as we're gonna be about 26 tonight, but 5 p.m. is gonna be open. 6 p.m. we're going to serve dinner, and you guys are going to be able to stay. If you need a place to stay, if you need to know someone who is without a home, homeless, or someone who's living in a car or something to that sort, because for some reason, we want to go high on the rent, and people are working. Or at least you want to do what I do. What, be a criminal? Yeah, man. Why not be a crook? And try to compare yourself to Al Capone and his people come after you? Yeah. Well, wait. Oh, they don't like us doing that? No. White folks, they don't like you doing that. They're Italian. Anyway, but let's get back to it. It's going to be winter weather. Noonan City Church is opening our Nest program tomorrow night and Wednesday night. 15 degrees Tuesday, 19 degrees Wednesday. We will not want anybody out on the streets or in their vehicles or anywhere to that sort. So, Noonan City Church Nest program. And I've been announcing this because I'm a member of that church, of course. So, just want to get that to you. A lot of cold weather coming in here. And I know why it is, but because it's winter for some of us and other reasons as well. All right, let's jump into some more headline news this morning. Quaker Oats Company is warning you that some of their treats and cereals have been recalled for potential contamination. Salmonella. Quaker granola bars, Quaker cereal, Captain Crunch treat bar cereal, instant oatmeal, Gatorade bars, peanut butter and chocolate bars, and snacks all recalled because they contaminated. If you had got them in December, throw them out. You're like, well, I already ate them, man. No wonder I felt a little sick, man. Don't know when they're going to stop doing this. I don't know. The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to consider a case which might help local laws become more helpful for campers. Well, banning those homeless camps and public properties. Well, the High Court on Friday indicated it will hear an appeal to a recent federal appeals court ruling holding the city of Grand Pass, Oregon, telling them, well, you can't really tell these people that are on the public property, camping on public property, that they're unable to do so. They will be available to. Now, I know some people are like, why are these people living there? Because it's too damn high a cost to live somewhere, okay? Most of these people have jobs. Most people have money coming in. Some of them are living on Social Security. Some of them are living. You guys just don't seem to understand. The cost of living has gone up so high, and we just want to blame one side of the aisle, but we don't, because if we put somebody in, then the rich are going to come down. Well, this is going to come down 2 cents. It's like somebody selling a hot dog for $2.50, and then that's when the Republicans are in, and then when the Democrats come in, it goes up to $4. Then if a Republican comes back in, it's down to $3.50. Oh, wow. What a deal, right? So, guys, it's that's the way it is. That's the way it used to be. But we're in inflation because the world was shut down for almost 2 years. We were not. The United States was not shut down for almost 2 years, but the rest of the world was. We do trades. We do supply. We do demand. You got to remember what you learned in school, but high school and college. But some of you just like, nah, man, I'm not remembering that, man. They tried to indoctor me, man. I try to indoctor me and teach me about the Civil War and about slavery and economy and popular voting, electoral votes. I don't want to know all that stuff. I just want to know how to count my money I make out in the woods making moonshine. Nothing wrong with that either. I don't care whether you do that either, but you got to learn the other stuff too. Dang right. But the U.S. Supreme Court is looking on some of these and parts of the United States. We have a lot of these homeless camps in California and everywhere because of the high rates of homes going up, continuing to go up and away. That's right, folks. We got to figure something out that's best for our society as a whole and not for what's best for us as one individual. Some of these people work 2 jobs. Why you got to work 2 jobs. You're getting away from your family. What? Well, they should. No, they ain't no should. Some of these people even got degrees working 2 jobs. Dummies. Yeah, it really gets to me. Somebody stuck in 1968 mindset thinks that's the way 2024 is, and they don't comprehend what's going on, and they don't comprehend supply and demand. They don't comprehend inflation is because the world is shut down. They don't comprehend that any intelligent knowledge, because they just want to go, it's me, and it's all about them, and I hate somebody. It's people that's been handed everything their whole lives, and then now they're having to pay what money they got saved for what. Not a rainy. This is the rainy day that they told you to save for. Okay, you were told to save for a rainy day. This is the rainy day, but you still don't want to spend that because you're like, no. I want everything the way it used to be. We all want it to be the way it used to be. We want nickel candy and 25-cent sodas, but we don't have that. Come on, folks, stop playing this imaginary conspiracy theory. Stop pretending like this is the way it's always been. Don't stop pretending like everything was the way it was under this or that or this, that, and the other. I keep trying to explain to people that if you come up with people try to come up with intelligent contradiction to this, but it doesn't make sense. They're spewing out stuff that they hear on the news media making money. Well, they're not making money because most of their clients are not paying. But that's right, they're not paying. After the break, we'll talk about one that didn't pay. But I'm just saying that our economy is in the dumps because the world was closed down for 2 years. We do supply and demand. We do trades with other countries. They are putting higher tariffs and money on this, folks. Don't you comprehend this? And it's like, well, so-and-so would have said no. Nobody could tell anybody no. They're just like, okay, you don't want to pay it. We're not going to give it to you. We're not going to trade with you. We'll trade with somebody else. They're trying to get their economy back up too. That's why everything's so high. Well, actually, that's why everything was so high. 2023 started slimming down a little bit. The 2024 is looking better and everything. And I know that you got those conspiracy nuts out there going to go, it's only because the election's around the corner. No, it's not because the election's around the corner. If that's what you believe, then obviously you quit school when you were 16. I'm not going to be indoctrinated by those teachers. The ones that went to school and taught. I'm not going to be indoctrinated by them. Look, it's not changing because of the election. It's changing because we're finally getting back. The other countries have finally made their money after being shut down for 2 years. They were shut down from 2020 to 2022. We were not. Now there's going to be, I got people popping on here and popping on. I don't want to hear what a genius has to say. You can't handle the truth. It's in your imaginary conspiracy theory that you learned something because you're making your $10 an hour after all the taxes and healthcare and everything pulled out of your $30 an hour jobs. $10 an hour, and then you want to go, well, I don't understand. This is not what I learned. Of course, it's not what you learned. You quit school. Reality is trades, supply, demand, trades, tariffs here, this, that, and the other. Things are happening because it's real. It's real. Okay? We were not shut down. Our country's like, hey, man, I'm done with this crap. We got tired of being at home, and we got tired in America of dealing with this COVID. So we just went back out and went to work. And there was nothing wrong with us doing that, okay? Nobody's saying there's wrong for the way America acted. I know some people are, well, we're stupid. No, we were not. We just got tired of it. There's nothing wrong with the way we acted. Just the rest of the world was, it's just in America, our government couldn't sit here and tell us that the alien lizard people were coming to get us if we didn't stay inside. We were like, bring it on, boy, I'll shoot them alien lizard people. So we went on back to work. So In America, we don't care what you are. We're going to shoot you. I'm picking, guys. We're not going to do that. That's not what I'm saying. I know there's going to be people get all offended about the shootings because I understand all the deaths and stuff we had. I'm talking about the conspiracy theories and imaginary conspiracy theories and folklores that other countries held their people accountable to keep them inside and to keep them from going out. Now, I'm not sure if some of these countries got paid. I'm not sure if their governments paid them. I don't know what they did. I didn't live in those countries. I'm not sure their governments helped them out, but I do know our country went back to work. But the reason everything is the way it is and starting to happen now is because everything is starting to balance out again, like it did before the COVID. So the COVID was kind of our Great Depression. The Great Depression was a couple of years. It was bad. And then after the Great Depression ended, everything went up high, and then everything went back down after a year or so. So it's just how it is. You got to study this stuff. You can't just go, well, I don't like so that's what it is. Oh, it's the election, man. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not that kind of stuff. I know people want to imagine it is, but it's not. So I just gave you a history lesson and history, government, economics, all in one right there. And I learned all this in high school. I didn't expand all my learning in college, but I learned all this back in high school when I was a senior in high school, boy, in an Alabama school. So there you go. If I know it and they were teaching it then, I know the rest of the countries know it. The rest of the world knows it. Or the rest of the United States knows it. All right, let's jump into another news story before we get ready to talk about Mike Lindell. Kansas City's Paul boy, proud boy, member William Chesterman has drawn a 55-month federal prison sentence for threatening a federal officer while carrying an axe handle during the January 6, 2021 riots at the U.S. Capitol. You heard me say riots, right? Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. I try to keep all the news the way it is so that, Chesterman, 51, is going to spend another 20 months behind bars, followed by 36 months of a supervised release after spending the past 25 months in federal lockup while awaiting a trial and sentencing in a U.S. district. And the U.S. District Court Judge Timothy Kelly ordered on Friday that he must pay $2,000 in restitution for his contribution to the $3 million damages at the Capitol. He pleaded guilty this time in federal court. So there you go. All right, and we're going to talk about Mike Lindell and Fox going at it in just a few moments. But first, 30 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. We are holding at 34 degrees under beautiful sunny skies. Going to hit down near the teens on Tuesday and Wednesday night here in the Atlanta area and more. But let's take a look at what's going on with your traffic. This go around brought to you by our friends at Most Valuable Smiles.
Practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is
Good morning.
to work with. How about one that offers great deals and new patient promotions? Well, your search is over. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes one free veneer with every 5 purchase. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted by taking advantage of an exclusive...
Oh, come off now. They come off. I won't forget that. Thank you very much. Dr. Willie Oliver and his wonderful staff over in Eatonton, Georgia, just a couple of hour drive away from Noonan and a drive away from you in East Alabama, West Georgia for the perfect smile. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. Turner Hill Road, I-20 westbound. Use Evan Mills. There's a shutdown to 905 there in the Atlanta area. Also, Fulton County crash blocking lane on Bufordton Road near Rock Quarry Road. Delays there till 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Forsyth County stalled truck near Matt Road, and delays are going to be there up till about 8:57 Eastern Standard Time. No traffic issues on Bullsboro this morning. Floyd Fayetteville Road looking good, as well as Popular Road. Headed on down the interstate We're are down at the Jackson Street here, downtown Noonan, looking good. No issues on this Martin Luther King Day. Heading towards East Alabama there on the Interstate I-85. Hogansville looking good, as well as Luthersville, and of course going into Grantville looking good. Heading down to LaGrange, New Franklin Road picking up, as well as Commerce Avenue. No school buses out because all the schools are out. Heading to East Alabama, coming off Kia Boulevard. That right there, Kia plant, everybody's going to work. Heading down West Point. If you get off on that exit, there's still construction going on. Get off of the Lynette Valley exit in Chambers County if you're going to get into that area. Of course, no heavy traffic there as well. You see something I don't see, shoot me an email, 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. Tomorrow morning on the show, our friend Richard Holdridge from the Sports Beat joins us in period number 2. He's our sports analyst, and we're going to talk about the big game going on between the Steelers and the Bills today. We'll talk about how the Cowboys lost so bad and get reviews of the wild card games that head into playoffs. Also, we're going to talk about Alabama hiring Washington's head coach as Nick Saban's replacement. We'll get in that story for you tomorrow. So get ready for some Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge from the Sports Beat tomorrow morning. Still to come, we'll go inside the coaches' corner on this Martin Luther King Day. Head coach Tommy Lewis will talk about some of the stuff that's going on at Landmark. Be back momentarily, though, right after this break. It's 33 minutes past the hour. We're going to talk about Mike Lindell and his claims that Fox is not playing his commercials. They canceled them. Fox is saying he didn't pay his bill. We'll get into those stories. Plus, Nick Namath is back in the ring. Made his debut with his Motley Crue shirt. Why did you tear your Motley Crue shirt up, Dolph? Come on. We'll talk about that after.
Time for your active weather forecast for this Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Newnan. Partly cloudy skies today, high near 58, winds light and variable. Considerable cloudiness, occasional rain showers overnight. Low near 28, 50% chance of showers. North-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Going into your Tuesday, areas of freezing rain possible early. Cloudy skies becoming partly cloudy later in the day. High near 34, winds 10 to 20 miles per hour from the north-northwest.
Wow, that's some good stuff for Wednesday.
Tuesday night, very cold. Low around near 15, winds northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, high near 40 with mainly sunny skies, cold. Few clouds from time to time on Wednesday night, and cold again with 19 degrees, light and variable winds. That's your active weather forecast right here on Martin Luther King Day. Brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodent critters or gooey things at all. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bedbug, vermin roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control. 34 Jefferson Street, Newnan. 770-954-9941.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Noonan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
This is Margie from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
Have you been considering a career in real estate? At Keller Williams Realty Atlanta Partners, we prepare you to excel in your real estate career by providing award-winning training, family-based culture, and lead generation tools to build a business that lasts. If you're interested in learning about our pre-licensed school or how to get started, call 678-634-9770 or visit our website, AtlantaPartnersRealEstateSchool.com today.
Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical singing, and soul-stirring music. Performing Arts, January 23rd. Tickets at Shenmue.com/Columbus-GA. That's SHENMU.com/Columbus-GA.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45s of Fairy radio show where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. What's up, sports nuts, inmates, and more? We got a lot of stuff in store for you on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're locked down? Come on back in. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Still to come, this coming up Wednesday, we'll have Randy Rocky Cody back with us. We'll dive deeper into the Motley Crue saga, what's going on behind the scenes, and that list, the Epstein's list. He was right about it. Everybody that's been on there, he called out over the last 4 years on this show, but he's even doing it longer. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. Plus, on Wednesday, it's wrestling wrap-up. Vince McMahon's Netflix documentary premiering soon. Jack Perry going through the fans at New Japan Pro Wrestling and tearing up his AEW contract. Real or a gimmick. Also, Snake Eyes spoilers. Nick Namath makes his in-ring debut in Trinity's farewell match. Is she going back as Naomi in the WWE? We'll see. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. More on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. That's Wednesday's edition. Plus, tomorrow, we'll have our friend Shane B in the final period. We're going to talk movies, what's hot, what's not, what's the top 10 movies, and more. He and I are going to dive into that in a full hour of nonstop movie reviews in the third hour of play. All right, but today we go inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis. We'll find out what's going on at Landmark Christian. All right, let's jump into what's going on here in the world of news. More news for you. Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, some of you guys call him My Pillow, it's Mike Lindell, posted a statement to social media Friday claiming Fox News canceled his ads on the network because he hired a conservative commentator, Lou Dobbs, to host a new show on his Lindell TV network. I wanted to get on here and tell you all the disturbing news, said in a recorded statement. Fox News has canceled My Pillow. Lindell, who remains one of the former president's most vocal supporters, an advocate of a conspiracy theory that the former president's 2020 election was stolen, which it wasn't, says in the recording that he is unaware of the reasons behind them discontinuing his commercial. However, Fox News insiders of Fox News assures last week that the network suspended their partnership because Lindell has stopped paying for his bill to cover the ads. Now, of course, this has got to come up over my news story. McAfee wants to come up and say you need this when you don't need it on there. Before taking the commercials off the air, Fox News reportedly communicated with Lindell's camp to allow more time for him to catch up on the payments, but seemingly growing tired of waiting as of Friday. Still, Lindell claims he had no idea why his pillow commercials were yanked. We don't know why. We can only make a couple of guesses. Before blaming the situation on Lou Dobbs' appearance on Lindell's network, maybe it was because Lou Dobbs was added over here to Lindell TV to an all-new lineup we have. Or maybe it's because they don't want my face even on their network leading up to the 2024 election in support of our great real president, Donald Trump. That's what he said. I don't know. We don't have details yet. Yeah, that's what it is. Every network takes you off because of your political beliefs. Social media won't let you preach on social media because you won't. It's not because you won't pay social media. It's not because you won't pay YouTube. It's not because you won't pay Facebook. It's because they don't want you to have an opinion. No, it's because you're too damn cheap, dude. Anybody is. Let's get this right. There's a lot of people out there that are too damn cheap that think that social media is supposed to do whatever they want to do for free because it's their social media. And then when they get told they're going to be charged, what? You know, I'm not big on the news networks, of course, ladies and gentlemen, because all the news networks kind of spread division. But I do understand the billing side of it because I'm in the business. And if somebody don't pay their bill, you're not telling people, hey, they can't have an opinion on your network. You're just saying you're not paid your damn bill in months. Anyway, previously, as Fox News spokesperson told the Daily Beast that Lindell's commercials could come back on the air as soon as the outstanding balance was paid in full. We would be happy to accept this their advertising. Despite the unpaid bill, Lindell maintained that he is being targeted for political reasons, following his involvement in several conspiracy theories tied to the efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. If CNN was pulling you off, I could see that. But Fox, no, come on. It's because you hadn't paid your bill, dude. Nothing against you, Mike, but you got to pay your bill. If you're an advertiser out there buying with somebody, pay your damn bill. They need their money too. They got to pay their bills. You think that this is just all free because on social media you can get on there and make a fool of yourself for a couple of minutes or so, and then you get on there and you go, I'm gonna start doing everything on here because I got more people to follow me on here. And if you really want something, you got to pay Facebook and YouTube a lot of money to get the traction. But you don't want to do that. You want to stay on there with your 5 little people saying, I got more people on that than dealing with the networks who, like anybody's going to watch his network on internet streaming site, and there's more Fox viewers. It's on cable network. Whether you like it or not, it's true. Fox has more viewers than X. Fox has more viewers than Lindell TV. People think, well, that's the future. Well, people are not going to stream. People are going to sit there. Streaming people are going to go on there and they're going to watch something. And if they don't like it, they're going to turn it off. But they'll turn the channel on Fox. Yeah, they will. But still, there's still enough people to watch these cable networks and these radio networks. That's what I keep trying to explain to people. You doing this thing on the internet is not what you think it is. So many people, well, so-and-so got many followers, millions of followers. Yeah, all those people on the YouTube and the Facebook that are clean and trying to get you to notice them, they want to get into television and radio. They're only on the YouTube to get noticed because they're like, hey, look, this is the way to get me noticed and people to see how many people. See, they're smart, Despite the unpaid bill, I believe this is about stopping me from talking about the election platform in the elections. And this is getting rid of my voice. No, it's not. All right, guys, I'm just telling you right now. And I'm not a big Fox guy. I'm not into Fox or I'm not into any of the news networks because they all kind of divide us. But the reality of it is I understand their marketing side of things. Pay your bills, folks. Pay your bills. If you want your product to be known by a network or a television network or a sports network or a radio network or whatever, and you want to get your word out, you need to pay your bill. You don't need to get behind on it and go, well, they pulled me off because of my opinion. No. And then turn around and go, well, I can go to YouTube and I can go to Facebook and I can go to download a podcast that, nobody's going to download for some reason. Don't know why they're not downloading it. Because you're not Joe Rogan, okay? He's an actor. He's part in the UFC. Of course he's going to have a lot of people watch him and listen to him. Duh. I don't know why people don't comprehend this. I've been explaining the concept of this marketing and internet for years, and this dude's got his Lindell TV. Like Fox is worried about Lou Dobbs going over there. He's an elder statesman that's barely doing something. They're not worried about him leaving them. They fired one of the biggest people they had on there that's on X now. Do you think they care? No, it's about the money. And I know for a fact, the reason I know about this same company, they wanted me to run trade spots with them. That's what we do, trade spots. Okay. And then it's a good thing that they wasn't paying, because they'd be owing a lot of other people a lot of money. And there's a lot of people like, well, I want it on there because it makes me look good. He may have some good products, but whatever. He needs to pay his bill. And if you are a person out there viewing this and listening to this and anything, and you didn't pay your bills at any of these networks, any of the radio stations, including mine or anybody else, you need to get on top of it. Okay? Nobody's going to pull you off based upon anything except for you're ruining their abilities to continue to move. They'll take his advertising back. They said that. It's not about, Fox people weren't the ones that jumped up and ran off the set when he started talking about these conspiracy theories on there. They cut him off and went on about their business. It was the Snoozemax people that jumped up and ran off because they're like, hey, I'm not getting sued. One guy on Snoozemax like, oh, you ain't talking about that with me. I ain't getting sued, buddy. I got a wife and kids. I got a kid in college. I ain't got time for you. So, I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm keeping my job. And, so they owe money. Pay them. Pay them, Mike. You got it. Stop acting like you don't. And if he's having hardships, I hate to say this, folks, it's not about him doing it himself. His products are good. Whether you like his political beliefs or not, we need to make sure that the people that are working for that company continue to have their jobs in those factories. He continues to spend money with the networks and pay them what they need to pay. He continues to have it. You got to do that. Now, if they don't want to spend money, that's them. But, their products are pretty good. I'm more worried about people working in the factories than I am anybody else. But that's true. Pay your bills. Pay your bills. Back in a moment.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance?
Looks like everybody's coming on now.
Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your goal. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sale agent.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
When you hear music, do the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level? I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key for our show Lyrical Wisdom. Every week we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope will leave you feeling inspired and enlightened. We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton,
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. We still got another hour for you on this Martin Luther King Day. We're just a few minutes away from the top of the hour. Let's jump right back into it before we get ready to get out of here. I want to tell you, coming up on Wednesday, it's our Wednesday wrestling wrap-up in period number 2. We'll talk about Jack Perry tearing up his AEW contract. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it some kind of whatever? Vince McMahon's Netflix documentary to premiere soon. TNA's Snake Eyes Spoilers, Nick Namath makes his in-ring debut, and Trinity is saying farewell. Is she going back to WWE to be the one, the only Naomi? We'll see. But I'll give you a little rundown of TNA Wrestling Hard to Kill over the weekend's show. Steve Macklin in the first show of the new era of TNA, Steve Macklin defeated Rick Swan. AJ Francis, a.k.a. Top Dollar, this was in the Countdown show, comes out with DJ, what is the name? DJ WQEE, who was backstage at AEW too. But he's out there with him, he's rapping, Top Dollar, who's better than Top Dollar or whatever, who's holler Top Dollar, I don't remember. But anyway, he's better in AEW here. I mean TNA, I'm sorry. He comes out, and then Henry comes out, Joe Henry comes out, and he's the guy known for making fun of all the wrestlers with songs, and he kind of made up a song making fun of AJ Francis, Top Dollar, and Top Dollar and DJ WQEE beat him down. Also, Eddie Edwards tagged up with Brian Myers in the corner of Alicia Edwards. They defeated Kaz and Eric Young, two of the TNA originals. TNA digital title was on the line, no DQ match. Crazy Steve's the new digital champion, defeating Tommy Dreamer. Ultimate X had Geisha Shaw win. Dirty Dango took on PC to a no contest. Then it turned into a six-man tag team match. PC, Rhino, and Joe something defeated Dirty Dango and his crew. TNA Knockouts title. Tag team titles. Rosemary and Havoc defeated MK Ultra for the tag team belts. TNA X Division Championship, Chris Sabin defeated Fankingo and Kushi, his other tag team partner, along with Alex Shelley, and they're called the Time Machines. Josh Alexander and Alex Hammerstone had the best match of the night. Great back and forth match. Josh Alexander won it. It was a great wrestling contest. TNA World Tag Team titles. The champions ABC defeated the Radicals, Spaceball Mountain, and the Grizzly Young Veterans, formerly of NXT. Jordan Grace became the new TNA Knockouts champion by defeating Trinity, who is leaving the company. And TNA World Champion Moose defeated Alex Shelley, and the system come out to kind of have a celebration with him at the end of the night. And this is how it went. Oh, by the way, former Dana Brooke showed up kind of like a movie star, escorted out into the audience. So I don't know what her gimmick is going to be yet. Guess it's going to be that. But in the final few minutes of the show, here's what happened. Moose won. Up into the ring, Nick Namath. Nick Namath. Nick Namath is here. Nick Namath. It's they were saying some words in the background that I'm pulling off, but and of course Nick, the former champion the former world heavyweight wrestling champion known as Dolph Ziggler, has now joined TNA Wrestling. Nick is in action in their first TNA Snake Eyes Spoilers, with him in his in-ring debut winning his match and Trinity leaving. So there you go. That's what happened. Holy blank. Holy blank. The crowd was so excited to see Nick Namath. It's him! It's him! He's here! So I thought we'd do that. Yep. Thought they'd do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get ready to head to the top of the hour. Stay with us. More on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on.
Do you recognize this man? People all over the world know his face. They know his name. Now you will too. This is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and he was an American hero. Dr. King was born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15th, 1929. That was more than 90 years ago. Here's a picture of Martin when he was 6 years old. He loved riding his bike, playing baseball, and eating ice cream. Martin's best friend was a boy who lived nearby, but that changed one day when his friend told him they couldn't play together anymore. His friend was white, and Martin was black. His friend's father didn't want his son playing with a black child. This made Martin sad and angry. He didn't understand why he couldn't play with his friend. During that time, there were laws in parts of our country that kept white people and black people apart. Keeping people apart like this is called segregation. The law said that black people and white people had to go to different schools, parks, and restaurants. The schools and parks for black people were often old and run down. The schools and parks for white people had newer books and better playgrounds. In some states, black and white people were not allowed to use the same water fountains and bathrooms. Buses were segregated too. When Martin was all grown up, the laws hadn't changed. He and many other people knew these laws were unfair, and the laws made him very angry. But he was a peaceful man. He did not want to use violence to change the laws. So what did he do? Dr. King used his words. He wrote letters, newspaper articles, and even books. He wanted to persuade people to end segregation. He organized marches. He led big groups of people as they walked through streets. They all thought the laws were wrong. Other people saw these marches and began to ask themselves, are these laws really fair? Dr. King also gave speeches. He spoke in front of thousands of people. In 1963, Dr. King gave his most famous speech at a big march in Washington, D.C. He talked about his dreams for the future. He said he believed that someday the world would be a better place.
My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream.
Dr. King's words made people feel hopeful. When he spoke,
Oh
the
my
crowd cheered
goodness.
and clapped. Some people cried and hugged each other. They also believed the time had come for things to change.
Wow, somebody break it in.
His dream helped other people dare to dream too. There were still some people who didn't want the laws to change. They were angry with Dr. King for trying to change them. They tried to hurt him.
These people
and
were
his
called
family.
racist.
That was scary. But Dr. King was brave. He didn't let those people stop him. He kept working.
That's what I'd put him in. These people were called racist.
Dr. King was a great leader. He inspired many people. He made them feel brave and strong. He made them believe that together they could make a change. It can be hard for one person to change the world on his or her own. You can spread his message of love, peace, and fairness. by treating others with kindness and respect.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The coldest Iowa caucuses in history arrived tonight after the Republican candidates trudged through sub-zero temperatures to deliver their closing arguments. Nikki Haley's goal? Nothing but the Oval Office.
I don't play for second. I've never played for second. I'm not going to start now. I'm not interested in being vice president.
But a new CBS News poll gives former President Trump a commanding lead nationwide.
Nikki did a good job. She was okay, but she's not right to be president. I know it very well. The wrong thought process, the wrong policy. And honestly, she's not tough enough.
Correspondent Matt Piper is on the campaign trail.
For some Iowans, this is like their Super Bowl.
It's exciting. I mean, it's cool that we get to make our voice and that people put a lot of interest into Iowa.
But many who usually caucus admit the rough weather here may be an issue.
I think it'll affect it greatly. With the roads being icy and whatnot, it being really cold. I don't think that'll be a great turnout.
But for Bill David, who does plan to caucus,
I think the turnout will probably be a little bit lower, but I don't think the results will be different. I just think there'll be fewer people.
Matt Piper, CBS News, Des Moines.
It's not just Iowa. Arctic temperatures are affecting places like Memphis, where it's 14 degrees right now.
My wife is sitting up to insulate all of our vents into our basement, and I'm covering up all of my outdoor faucets.
4 people were killed in Oregon.
Better make sure I got mine covered up.
60 below there. 2 died from suspected hypothermia. Another 2 were killed when trees fell on a home and on an RV. Congressional leaders have unveiled a short-term losing streak in NFL.
Shenyang Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Shenyang. Coming to River Center for Performing Arts, January 23rd only. Tickets at shenyang.com/Columbus-GA. That's SHENYUN.com/Columbus-GA.
LaGrange, Georgia, Sweetland on Ice, November 17th through February 11th. Adults, kids, and group rates available. It's free just to hang out near the fire pit. Drinks, monthly movies, food truck Friday nights beginning in December. Weather updates and hour changes on the Facebook at Sweetland on Ice or Instagram at Sweetland on Ice Official. To book a party or learn more about seasonal passes, contact Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com. Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Noonan.
Hank Arnold here from Coweta Force. Coweta Force is Noonan's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
When you hear music, do the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level? I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key for our show Lyrical Wisdom. Every week we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope will leave you feeling inspired and enlightened. We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
Hey sports fans, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its client.
I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slave owners
Don't want to hear about
will
that.
be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of the 45 Affair Radio Show, where I play all Vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newnan, Georgia.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. What's up, sports nuts, inmates, and more? We're in the final period of play. We go inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis from Landmark Christian, and we'll talk about some of the games that were canceled last week due to weather and what's coming up this week. We'll get into it with Coach Tommy Lewis this hour. Also, we'll get you some other sports updated news straight ahead. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and of course, $50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, across, of course, the British Columbia Isles of Canada and East Alabama, West Georgia's Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, including 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, the home of Southern sports and inspirational talk. We're also the heartbeat of Atlanta. We got it going on. We tell it like it is. We don't tell you what you want to hear. Straight edge, independent skeptic, RyanORadio Penitentiary. And you can agree to disagree, but you can't handle the truth. That's right. And tell me when I'm telling lies. And to all my haters out there, I got this to say to you. Listen up. Damn straight I'm the man around here. I tell it like it is, buddy boy. I don't tell you what you want to hear. That's right. Coming up, we got a lot in store for you. Let's jump into it. What the heck is that? It seems like an echo trying to come from behind an echo chamber trying to hit me. 10 minutes past the hour, 39 degrees, mostly sunny sky in the Atlanta area and surrounding areas. Topic temperature brought to you by the wonderful folks over at Newnan City, over at Active Pest Control. Active Pest Control, summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those runners, quitters, or gooey things at all. All right, let's jump into it. Let me clap my hands. Let's jump into it. It's headline news time. And let's take a look at a few headlines. 4 dead in Arizona in a hot air balloon accident. Second violent volcano eruption in Iceland in a month forces evacuation of a small fishing town. Iowa school principal dies after the fall in a shooting that happened in the school last week. North Korea said it's tested a new solid fuel missile and it's warheads. It's all good. They're going to do it. The one, the only, Mike Liddell says, I don't know why they took my commercials off of Fox and canceled my TV ads, but the network says he didn't pay his bill. Come on, really? Just let everybody have free everything. No, right. Just let one side have free everything and then complain about the other side getting free everything. Free. Oh, Lord. Also, ladies and gentlemen, in some other headline news, Kansas City Proud Boy member William Chesterman has drawn 55 months in a federal prison after threatening a federal officer while carrying an axe handle during the January 6, 2020 riots at the U.S. Capitol. You heard me say riots. Okay. That way I don't get no disagreement on them. But and he's going to get another 20 months behind bars following 36 months of supervision release when he is out. And he's already spent 25 months in lockup in federal prison. U.S. District Court Judge Timothy Kelly ordered this on Friday. He's also ordered to pay $2,000 in restitution and contribution to a nearly $3 million in damages done to the U.S. Capitol. The Quaker Oats company's expanding and saying that their granola products are being recalled from December. All their categories have some kind of contamination in it. Throw them away is what they're saying. Their granola bars, their cereal, their Captain Crunch treat bar cereal, their instant oatmeal, their Gatorade bars, peanut butter and chocolate bars, and more. Get rid of all the oats meals because it's contaminated. Oh, yeah. It's bitter winds and winter going to be still hitting in different parts, especially in the Midwest right now. You guys are getting hit the most. And as the GOP candidates, Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis make their way through Iowa on caucus day today. Anyway, there's a lot of snow and a lot of blizzards in that area. And one blizzard up in New York kind of shut down the state as Buffalo was playing host to Steelers. We don't know if that game's still going to happen today or not. They're predicting it's supposed to kick off at 4:30. But the blistering winds and the lake effect snowfall forecast Sunday has caused the NFL to postpone the Bills playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the teams are on for today. Scheduled for a 1 p.m. game yesterday. They're scheduled to reschedule today at 4:30 p.m. We'll see if the Blizzards hold these guys back. Former New England Patriot linebacker and coach Gerard Mayo is now replacing Bill Belichick as their new head coach. Usher celebrating his brand new single year in a trailer for the Super Bowl halftime show that he's going to be performing on February 11th in Paradise, Nevada. And the NCAA is showing some major penalties, issuing major penalties and fines to Florida State football for violating the name, image, and likeness rules. Of course, Florida State assistant football coach violated the NCAA rules when he had, without permission, started recruiting between a transfer prospect and a booster, letting them speak to one another. That's not proper. NCAA placed him on a 2-year probation, and he's getting three game suspension starting next season. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's just some of the things going on in the headline news. At 15 minutes past the hour, we're holding at 39 degrees, mostly sunny skies. You got snow in your area? Let me know on the feed there. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Good morning, Gail. How you doing in Tennessee, the Zoo Crew? Sweet Lisa says, about time you got here. Sue says, good morning. Bob says, I thought she left us. We're on the new YouTube, and we're sharing it across our Facebook pages, the WQEE Facebook page, RyanORadio Penitentiary Facebook page, my personal page, Ryan O'Neill, and a couple other personal pages as well, including Andrew Polana's page. I'm sharing it across everybody's page so people can see the real deal, Holyfield. Tell it like it is, man. I'm telling the truth. That's what I say. You can't handle the truth. Tell me when I'm telling lies. And that's one thing. All right, the River Dragons beat the River Sharks from Elmira over the weekend, taking both games 4-3 on Friday, 4-1 on Saturday. Carolina's in action this Wednesday night against the River Dragons, 7:30 p.m. in the Civic Center. Fayette beat Macon 4-3 on Saturday. Macon Mayhem in action against Quad City tonight, or this afternoon at 2 p.m. It is it's Martin Luther King Day, and many people are out. Lots of snow, says Gail, there in Tennessee. MLK Day events, check them out on our WQEE page. There's a lot of them going on in the Atlanta and Metro Atlanta area today. A lot of snow there. It's going to be below 15 degrees. It's going to be the teens on Tuesday and Wednesday night in the Atlanta and Metro Atlanta areas and parts of Alabama as well. So make sure you get your pipes all wrapped up and everything if you can. Oh, man, and you don't want them busting. And you definitely don't want them busting when you have to turn the water back on. Oh, man, that's terrible. Them old pipes. this old house, as they would say. So be on the careful of that and everything. All right, well, let's see. I got you some sports out of the way. WWE SmackDown. I gave you the TNA stuff. SmackDown for Friday night. Paul Heyman and Solo and Jimmy came out. Attacked Cameron Grimes. So Cameron Grimes and Grayson Waller didn't have their match. This led Nick Atlas out saying they had a 6-man match later on against Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. Blanca Belair defeated Bayley. Camara Hayes and Austin Theory no contest. AEW. Oh, wait a minute. Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles defeated Solo and Uso in a handicap match. And they did the old Shield putting Solo through the table. So there you go. All right. That's what happened. Just had to get a little bit in there. We'll have a rundown this Wednesday on Wednesday's edition of the Wednesday wrap-up. We'll talk about Vince McMahon's documentary on Netflix. We'll tell you that Jack Perry, I don't know if it's a real or fake, but he tore up his AEW contract in New Japan Wrestling. But we know AEW and New Japan work together, so is he going to quit AEW because he was the wussy that messed everything up and made them lose all this money with CM Punk? He should. We'll talk about that. Plus, we'll get you Nick Nemeth. Former Dolph Ziggler made his debut this past Friday night in TNA Wrestling. We'll tell you about the Snake Eyes event that they're going to have for one of their tapings for their shows. And Trinity is leaving the company. Guess she's going back to AEW. We'll see. We'll get all that for you on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, Randy Rocket Cody joins us. We're going to get deeper behind the scenes of what's going on in the Motley Crue camp with some music news. And he called it for the last 4 years on here, 4 or 5 years on the radio show, but years before that, that list that you guys see, he said those people were on that list. He said those people were on that list, and now it's coming out. Randy was right. While so many other conspiracy nuts out there were going, no, my favorite guy would never be on that. Don't care how young his wife is. My favorite guy would never be on there. Anyway, we'll see. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. But tomorrow morning, we'll have Shane B join us in the final period. He and I are going to talk movie reviews from over the weekend. Also, in the second period tomorrow, we'll talk about the NFL wildcard games, what's coming up for this weekend. If the Saints and the Bills play, if the Bills and the Steelers play today, what's going to happen there? We'll get into prepared. And Alabama's brand new head coach from Washington, replacing Nick Saban. We'll get into all that with our friend Richard Holdridge tomorrow in the second period. On Thursday, Book of the Dead podcast host Courtney Liesel joins us for another unsolved homicide. We'll have True Crime Thursday. So all that's coming up Thursday, and we'll have tomorrow in the second period, Richard. Tuesday, Shane B in the third period. Wednesday, Randy Rocket Cody in the third period. And Thursday, Courtney Liesel from the Book of the Dead podcast on Thursday in the third period. That's all coming up for the remainder of the week. And Friday, we'll jump right into what we got to jump right into to get you ready for the weekend. All right. Let's take a look at that's it. That's what I was previewing the show. We thank you guys for being a part of the show this morning. We still have coming up in just a few, Landmark Christian War Eagle head coach and athletic director Tommy Lewis joins us about some of the events that happened last week at school and his thoughts on Wild Card Weekend. I want to get it as he's a football coach, head coach. All right, let me make sure I got everything that we needed to talk about. I want to talk about you guys getting they're trying to make the marijuana legals for you. Sweet Leaf already said you don't need it. You guys put those glasses on. Put those glasses on to see everything. I just put the glasses on. Over in the corner, there's a broom, and I put the glasses on, and there's still a broom. My Roddy Piper glasses are not working. Those of you who don't know, you have to go watch a whole movie with Roddy Piper. Oh no, somebody got mad and dropped out because I'm making fun of these uneducated people that don't know anything, that think conspiracy theories are real. You never go get me to, hey, tell me when I'm telling lies when none of this stuff's real, and you can't handle the truth. That's what I say. All right, let's jump into it. 21 minutes past the hour. It is 39 degrees. under beautiful sunny skies in the Atlanta metro Atlanta areas. We gave you a few news stories there that meant something, what's going on. And it is Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday to Dr. Martin Luther King. And there's going to be a lot of celebrations in the Atlanta metro Atlanta area throughout the day. School is out for most of the kids that get to go back. They had a long weekend. Think about it. What a long weekend it was for some of them. Because some of them were canceled school on Friday or had virtual learning on Friday because of the storms that were supposed to come through. And we didn't get any snow. We didn't get any heavy storms. But we got some rain over the weekend. But we're expecting some cold temperatures in the next couple of days. So, and there's snow on the ground in Tennessee. Didn't he used to write a song about that? Didn't the band Alabama write a song called, Christmas in Dixie? Yeah. There's already snow on the ground. Oh, Lord. Let's see here. I think I got through everything I needed to get through on my paper here. Oh, yeah. I think so. But just one more note. Let's go ahead and give you lawyers for Israel presenting their rebuttal to South Africa's claims as guilty of genocide in Gaza at the ICJ on Friday by turning the case on its head, arguing the case lays out a grossly distorted story and that Israel is the one that's really the ones being genocide against. So there you go. Wow. There you go. Please ask Richard tomorrow his thoughts about the bad decision Amy Struck made, fired head. Oh yeah, and thoughts on Derrick Henry, where he is going, and maybe stick with Tennessee. He may not be sticking with Tennessee. He may be gone. I'll ask him. We'll put that news story or that question to him tomorrow when he gets on the show. We'll be talking some NFL wild card over the weekend. The Cowboys got dominated by the Packers, and today the Steelers and the Bills are supposed to play one another. We don't even know if that's going to happen, Gil. If there's more snow in the forecast, more winter weather in the forecast. I mean, airports have been shut down and so much things going on, and people are going through the Midwest. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley are making their way through Iowa today for the caucuses. So, and there's plenty. They got more snow there than you do. Not as much as they got in Canada. So there you go. I'll ask him that question tomorrow. All right, let's see. I personally think Henry's going somewhere else. And it was a bad call, bad firing for their head coach. But, hey, so many other people. Uh-oh. What's going on with these people? They're going after somebody. Uh-oh, it was the EMTs. I don't think Pittsburgh's game should be played. Too dangerous. I don't think Pittsburgh and the Buffalo should be played either. I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. But, that's how they're going to try to do. They're going to try to do it. Dolph Ziggler made his debut under his real name at TNA this past weekend at the TNA Hard to Kill. Former Dana Brooke was there as well. She came out acting classy, and the former Top Dollar came out as his real name, AJ Franco, and everything. So it looks like TNA's trying to make a new go for it in 2024. They did get a big signing with the former Dolph Ziggler. They did. He came to show the world. He's the show off. That's right. He came and he ripped his Motley Crue shirt when he was in the crowd and showed a TNA wrestling shirt under it. Look, that Motley Crue shirt's worth way more. Well, I guess not. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. fans are so loyal, somebody could get hurt or killed trying to get from or to a too cold to watch. I know, right? I get it. They should. I agree with you. They should do something about canceling that game. They might end up canceling that game again. It's set to kick off at 4:30 today. Also, another game set to kick off tonight is going to be. Let me pull this game up. 8 p.m. Eagles and Bucks, but the Steelers and the Bills are the game we're going to be keeping our eye on. Back in a moment. Coach Lewis is on the way.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today's, there is a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Tom and I sell the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn the ways.
Good morning, Rono.
Good morning, Coach. How's it going?
Oh, it's going just fine. How are you today?
I'm doing very well on this Monday.
I'm sorry you don't get off on MLK Day, but we don't have school.
Yes, I figured you guys didn't. School's out. I got so many other shows that come on during the day, so I have to be here for that. And I said, well, I'll do my show, and I've been doing a dedication to him throughout the morning with all my news, so
Very cool.
it works out perfect. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, did you get a chance to watch the national championship game last Monday?
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess with no SEC representation, there wasn't a whole lot of motivation, was it?
Yeah, not really much. I knew Michigan was going to win, but it's the big thing is Washington's head coach is heading to Alabama, and
That's huge.
that is huge.
I mean, with Saban retired,
Yes.
it's definitely the dominoes are starting to fall, as they say.
Yes, it is. Well, being Saban so loved, some of the fans are out there at his statue at the school putting things like he's dead or something. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, he's just retired.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I imagine if Kirby Smart stays at Georgia for as long as Saban stayed at Alabama,
Yep.
and does some of the same things in terms of bringing national championships to Georgia, I'm sure the Georgia fans will go through the same thing someday.
Probably someday. But it's in wild card games, and your two teams are supposed to play today. I don't know if they will or not. The Bills and the Steelers.
Yeah, that's right. An interesting twist. Not only are my boys Tomlin and McDermott going head to head, but Mason Rudolph is a dear family friend on my wife's side. So that just adds another element to the whole game. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they. I don't know. Did you see the video of the stadium yesterday?
Yes. There's no way.
I know, right?
No way. You could have played anything.
So yeah, I think they'll get the game in today. I mean, they have till I guess 4:30 is kickoff, so
Yep.
they'll want everything to be accessible by 2:00 this afternoon, I guess at the latest.
Yep.
I'm confident that those Buffalo folks know how to deal with it.
I'm sure they do. They're used to that. All right, we're getting ready to go on, Coach. We'll talk a little football, and we'll just say what games are coming up this week at Landmark.
All right, sounds great, Ryan.
Welcome back into RyanORadio. Penitentiary guys are in lockdown with us and are joining us right now, our favorite head football coach and athletic director for the Landmark Christian War Eagles, please welcome the one, the only head coach, Tommy Lewis. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Rhino. How you doing this MLK Day?
I'm doing good on this MLK Day. How about yourself?
Good morning. It's good morning. Glad to report this area anyway wasn't hit too hard by those storms that were supposed to come through last weekend.
Right.
I hope you guys made it out okay.
So far, we did. The temperature is going to drop to the teens this week and on Tuesday and Wednesday night here. So that's not what I'm not really looking forward to that.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. But it'll be interesting to see if they Lord brings any precipitation with that cold front. So we'll just pray for no ice. That's for sure.
For sure. We'll definitely find out. But let's talk about what we are looking forward to. And that's some of the things that's going on at Landmark Christian this week. I know some of the games were canceled last week for some severe weather and threat of severe weather. But let's talk about what's coming up this week in the world of Landmark Christian sports.
Yes, sir. Well, one set of games that we did get in last week, we did get in early in the week. We got some girls and boys basketball games in, and both of our teams defeated McNair in a region matchup. So that was good. They positioned themselves well going into the home stretch of our region schedule, and they have a big region week coming up this week. Both our girls and boys teams will travel to Columbia on Tuesday night, and if you remember, Rhino, Columbia boys are
right.
number one team in the state, and we took them into overtime last time we played them. So our guys are really looking forward to that trip to Columbia, and our girls are as well. And then on Friday, for all of our fans out there that want to come support our War Eagles at home, both teams will play at home this Friday against Redan. Again, another DeKalb County school, another region matchup, and so it should be a big week this week for our girls and boys basketball teams, respectively. And then also one other thing we got in last week, Rhino, was some wrestling.
Right.
We wrapped up our area region wrestling matchups, and for the 5th year in a row, the Landmark Christian War Eagles are area champs. And so that was a lot of fun, cheering our guys on last Wednesday. That means they defeated McNair, Towers, Columbia, Redan, and Elka, as well as Callaway this past season, Rhino, to take care of a region. And so we're very, very proud of our wrestling boys. Actually, in wrestling, it's called area. And so they're the area champs, and they head to state duels this Friday and Saturday down at Davis High School in Hazelhurst. So any of our wrestling fans out there, get your road gear ready and head down to Hazelhurst this Friday and Saturday to cheer our guys on as they try to make states again in wrestling down there in Hazelhurst. So we were able to squeeze in a few things last week, Rhino, and got a lot to look forward to this week. Also, the other winter sports team we have going on is our swim team, and as of right now, we talked last time, Phoebe Lichty is our sole state qualifier at this point, but they do have another meet this Saturday with states not being until the first Wednesday in February. We have a few more meets to take care of, and so this Saturday our boys and girls swimmers will be at Adairsville High School at 9 a.m. So all our folks, if you're not headed down to Hazelhurst to support our wrestlers, why don't you head on over to Adairsville High School and support our swimmers. That pretty much gets you caught up with everything we got going on with our winter sports, Rhino, and then a bunch of our spring sports started last week and will be starting this week. So it's a busy time on the campus of Landmark.
Sounds good. Sounds like a lot great going on. and spring sports around the corner. We're going to be talking spring football before you know it, and talking about how the Landmark Christian War Eagles are preparing for the 2024-2025 football season here as we head into high school football later this year. But we've got more football action to talk about. I do want to ask you about the game that's going on today that was rescheduled. But before we get into that, your thoughts. This is the biggest news out there right now. Nick Saban leaving the University of Alabama and the former head coach of Washington taking over as the head coach at Alabama. Your thoughts on all of that that's happened over the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's talking about a busy week in the coaching carousel. Like you said, it starts with the big news of Nick Saban heading into retirement. You know, it's one of those things that everybody knew was going to happen someday.
Right.
Saban is 72 years old. Man, I would love to be as healthy and as excited about football as he is at 72. And so it's quite a remarkable career, one that certainly should be celebrated.
Right.
And so I know all those Alabama fans will be disappointed, but and of course, what a tough job to replace, a legend like that.
Yes.
Kalen DeBoer coming in from Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many of our listeners out there are aware of Coach DeBoer's record, but he's won everywhere he's been, and so I think that it was a good hire.
Right.
You never know how it's going to pan out, especially when you follow a legend like that. But Coach DeBoer has won everywhere he's went, everywhere he's gone, and so I suspect with the foundation, and not just like the foundation, but the incredible program that Saban's built over the years there at Alabama.
Right.
I don't doubt that DeBoer has the capability of keeping things going down there. A lot will depend on how many of the guys stick around.
Right.
And don't hit the portal. So I know his first job is going to be recruit the building. He's got to recruit the guys he already has there at Alabama, as well as then turn his attention to the talent that he wants to bring in. But I don't think anybody can be disappointed with that hire, just the fact that Saban's moving on.
Right.
Of all the coaches out there that are available, all the winning coaches out there, all the guys that know the game and know how to get the most out of their program. I mean, DeBoer's a good hire.
It definitely is, and I know that you being in the high school part of things, you guys get the opportunity to meet a lot of these head coaches around the country when they come to look at some of the recruits at your different schools over the years. And Saban is one that's made his way here to Georgia a number of times to a lot of different schools. I know that he's going to be not just missed by Alabama fans, but by coaches alike that got to meet him when they were coming looking at some of their top players and everything. So it's a new chapter for Alabama fans. The only thing that kind of made me laugh was they're putting out flowers and candy on a statue of him over there at the university, like the man has passed away. All he's doing is retiring and going to sit at home and have his his cup of coffee and his two donuts or whatever he has in the morning with his wife.
Well, and I gotta believe that a man like Nick Saban is one of the good things that all coaches, particularly us high school coaches, but all coaches will continue to glean from is his wisdom.
Right.
I'm sure he'll hit the football clinic circuit and the motivational speaker circuit, and so a lot of folks will still be able to glean from a lot of his wisdom, a lot of his philosophy, and so that'll be good. He's the kind of guy that he's not going to just sit around and go play golf every day.
Right. Not every day.
He might mix in a few rounds here and there, but he's I'm sure he's going to stay busy and stay active. Not just in the game of football, but again, like I say, he'll get hired by some CEOs to come talk to their companies and things like that. But it is the end of an era, that's for
It is.
And how about it seemed like it was a coaching whirlwind. I mean,
Yeah.
Pete Carroll steps down.
Yes.
Bill Belichick steps down.
Right.
All these long-time coaches are being asked to step down. They're parting ways. It's supposedly a mutual parting of the ways between these organizations. But if these coaches still want to coach, which Bill Belichick's name's been thrown around for the Atlanta Falcons job.
That's what I hear.
If these guys still want to coach, everybody knows that. You don't forget how to coach and how to lead men and things like that overnight. So I think these guys still got a lot left in the tank. Should they choose to take a job, I'm sure they'll have plenty of offers.
Well, before we ask about today's games, I want to throw a little conspiracy theory out there. Could Bill Belichick, since him and Nick Saban are friends, could they work together? Could they move over to Atlanta?
I tell you what, I don't see those two guys, working together.
Right.
Just not because they don't get along, obviously, but both
Right.
of them are, they're, what's the term? They're both alpha males or whatever.
Exactly, they are.
Their way, and, they have their own ideas about how to do things, and yes, their career paths did cross. They did work together for a while. I think was it in Cleveland, so I know they know each other. I know they've kept in touch and are friends, but I don't know that they could necessarily work together. That would definitely be an interesting twist, that's for sure.
It would be. Well, let's talk about today's games. Of course, we got the Eagles and the Bucks tonight at 8 p.m., but a rescheduled game from yesterday was the Bills and the Steelers, which is a game close to your heart. They're supposed to get it kicked off at 4:30 today. Your thoughts on that? And I know you said, hey, did you check out the video of the stadium? And yeah, it was snowed in very, very well. So your thoughts on today's game? You think they'll get it in? What is your thoughts going into today's game between the Steelers and the Bills?
Well, I think the snow has stopped.
Right.
So those folks up in Buffalo, New York, and the Orchard Park area, they know how to deal with snow. So my suspicion is they'll mechanize the entire city, and everybody will be chipping in to get the stadium and the surrounding area cleared out and ready to host the game. And so I believe there will be a game, and as you mentioned, it's definitely near and dear to my heart. These two organizations are led by two William & Mary guys, William & Mary graduates. I'm a William & Mary graduate, and I actually our paths crossed with Mike Tomlin and Sean McDermott. They were teammates at William & Mary while I was an assistant coach, and so I got to know those guys really well. They were leaders back then, and they're leaders now. And I guess the good thing about them playing each other is I know that I'll have a team to cheer for moving forward. One way or the other. One of these teams is going to move forward, but
right.
It kind of tears me in two. I've already texted both of them, and they're excited about seeing each other and going head to head. Of course, they know that they stay in touch with each other throughout the course of the season, and they let me know that they were. I just told them, hey, give you guys each other a hug from me, all right? And they said they would, and so they got there, to the playoffs this year, kind of two different ways. A lot of people would say that the Steelers backed in, but I tell you what, they turned it up a notch when they put Mason Rudolph at quarterback. And,
right.
And oddly enough, we have a connection. Our family has a connection with Mason Rudolph. Rhino. He is the son of good friends of my bride. And,
okay.
They got to know each other. My wife's family and Mason Rudolph's family has got to know each other up in Virginia, and so they've known each other for years and years, and so we've always been pulling for Mason to do well there at Pittsburgh, and it just took a little longer than any of us had hoped for. But man, we're so excited for Mason and his family as well, because he really was instrumental in the Steelers finishing with three wins and getting into the playoffs. So it should should be a great game. The elements will definitely be in play.
Yep.
Even though the snow's moved out, my understanding it's still windy and cold up there. So
Yes.
it should be a great game with two great organizations and two great head coaches.
Definitely excited about that. Well, Coach, as always, it's great to have you with us. Tell us about some things going on at Landmark before we let you out of here.
Absolutely. Appreciate that opportunity, Ryan.
No problem.
Just all of our listeners out there, you have a family that you want your children to be a part of a great Christian education, and with surrounded by great people that will partner with you as your young people learn and grow, then Landmark Christian School is a place for you. We'd love for you to come by. Just set up an appointment with our admissions office. We have information online. Of course, you can contact us directly via phone or email, and we'd love to show you around. We have a great campus, about 60 acres, great athletic facilities, great art facilities, and of course, our people is what really makes a difference. Believers will surround your young people and help them learn and grow in the admonition of the Lord, so that when they graduate, they'll be prepared to make an impact on the world for Jesus Christ. And so, if any of your listeners out there want to be a part of that kind of community, then please set up an appointment with our admissions office.
Sounds good, Coach. Well, anything else you'd like to add before we let you get back to it and have the rest of your day off and get ready for that Steelers and Bills game this afternoon?
Yeah, I always appreciate you having us on, Ryan. I really appreciate the relationship we have there with you and the folks at WQEE, and appreciate everything y'all do for our community as well. And just praying y'all have a great week.
You do the same.
Okay day.
You have a great Martin Luther King Day as well. And we're gonna be back here in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. As always, this has been Inside the Coach's Corner with our favorite head coach and athletic director from the Landmark Christian, War Eagle. Coach Tommy Lewis, back next week with us again. We'll be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We're going to let him out on good behavior. All right, Coach, that was great as always.
You're the best, Ron. I appreciate you, brother. You have a great day and a great week.
You do the same. We'll talk again next week.
Yep, looking forward to it, Ron.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you too, brother.
Bye. I know somebody knows the head coach of the Bills and the Steelers. That's cool. I missed his shirt.
Hey, sports fans, it's Ron Peterson here, host of the Ron Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Yo, what up, Noonan, Georgia? This is Parlay.
This is your captain speaking.
Part of your new Saturday morning crew. Come fly with us on the jet stream with non-stop service to weekend shenanigans with my co-host, DJ Queso.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Coming up tomorrow on the show, Shane B joins us in the final period. Movie reviews, what's hot, what's not, and what's going on. Also, Richard Holdridge joins us in period number 2 from the Sports Beat. We'll talk with him about what's going on in the world of NFL action, his thoughts on the transfer portals and Alabama's new head coach and Nick Saban retiring. We'll get into all that tomorrow morning. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday morning in the second period is our Wednesday wrestling wrap-up. We got news on Jungle Boy Jack Perry tearing up his contract to AEW at New Japan Pro Wrestling. Vince McMahon's Netflix original series, and more. Also, Randy Rocky Cody joins us in the third period of play. We'll talk about the Motley Crue camp, what's going on there in the world of rock and roll and heavy metal music. And, well, he gave you the list. The list. He said all these people's names is on the list out now. The Jeffrey Epstein list, we'll get deeper into that. Also, Thursday morning, True Crime Thursday, we'll be speaking with Book of the Podcast host Courtney Lizo, another unsolved homicide across small town USA. That's coming up Thursday morning. All right, we welcome you back into this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Let's talk about the cold weather. It's going to be hitting the south here too. Ice and snow in Tennessee right now. I know there's some snow in Memphis. I know that there's snow in north of Nashville and in Nashville this morning. I know there's snow in North Georgia, North Alabama. None here, thank goodness. I don't want to get any. But it's going to be down in the teens tomorrow night. So, and right now, Cher in Iowa, where the Republican caucus is going on throughout the day today, but also there's so much snow and blizzards and things shutting everything down there. 12 degrees where Cher is at, and chill is negative 12 degrees and negative 33 in the chill. She says she's been inside for the last 3 days. Man, Cher, you need to move on to with your kids in Tennessee. At least you can ride around in the snow. Being snug in the snow, stuck in the snow. Oh, we got people coming on in the last little bit. Guys, you got to join us. 7 a.m. Eastern time every morning to 10 a.m. Eastern time right here on the network. We're on the Facebook page. We're on the YouTube page. We're on our RyanORadio media page, Spreaker page. We're on the radio dial behind us, WQEE 99.1 FM The Key. Real radio, which means no dropping, no F-bombs and S-bombs for us. Which I wouldn't want to do anyway because I'm way too much classy about that. You're going to see Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis? Or are they both going to be there? I think Nikki's got it. Especially since Chris Christie stepped aside. I think Nikki's got it. But I know your governor likes Ron, so Cher. Because Cher's in Iowa, by the way, for those who don't know that's listening. I got listeners all over, yes. You got listeners all over, well, how? Why do they want to listen to you? I don't know. They feel sorry for me? Yeah. Well, hope you were able to get out there. Central and Southern Iowa got hit harder than me. Oh, okay. Central and Southern Iowa got hit harder than you. Ooh-wee. That dang gum snow. Blizzards. Can't get out on the plane. Can't get out in the airports. Games are being canceled. Yeah, man. It's Midwest and northern area got a lot. It's going to be down to 15 tomorrow night here in Metro Atlanta and Atlanta, and 19 on Wednesday. So we got to cover up our pipes so they don't burst. Don't want to burst, buddy. Gail says it's snowing. Started snowing big time here last night. Started snowing big time here last night in Tennessee. She's just north. You're north of Nashville, right? Or are you south of Nashville, Gail? Can't remember. So there you go. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We got a special treat for you this morning. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday today. Happy birthday to the late, great Martin Luther King. We got a special from 10 to 11 for Dr. Martin Luther King. And then we got another special program focused on family. Tuned in from 12 to 2 is the sports. 12 to 5 is the best sports lineup in the business. 12 to 2, our man, the one and only. Yes, an hour from Nashville. There you go. That's what I was thinking. Rod Peterson, 12 to 2. 2 to 3, the sports beat with Richard Holdridge. And 3 to 5, Braves Country Radio with Matt McGee, the armchair quarterbacks. Taking up best sports lineup in the business. If you want to be part of the station, you know what to do. Send us a message, 770-347-9947. We got people coming on with us from Montgomery, Alabama, which is hours away from here, to anywhere else, to Atlanta and more. Crazy weather, says Cher here. We'll be in the 30s next week. Oh, you're warming up next week. You'll be in the 30s. You'll be able to wear shorts. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Hope you have a great morning. Take care of one another. Be good to one another. Back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all the same affiliates, the radio station 99.1 FM, WQEE, and all of our affiliates. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. All right, guys, you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. You be safe as well out there on the road with all that snow. You guys take care.